Hello, my name is Marissa Herzog, and today I will be going over my action research plan with you all. So, to dive right in, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a special education teacher from Southern Illinois, and I have 5 years of experience in the self contained setting. I currently have grades 2 through 4, and I am going to GCU to obtain my master's in reading intervention. So, a little bit about my study. This study dives into the effects of multisensory instruction to increase literacy skills, reading fluency and comprehension being the main skills that we're focusing on, in students with disabilities. I will also be using a mixed method approach to collect data in the classroom, and by the end of the study, I am hoping to increase the use of multisensory instruction in all of special education classrooms. So my research proposal was improving literacy skills in students with disabilities by using multisensory instruction. So my focus questions for this action plan was, how does multisensory instruction impact the reading, comprehension, and fluency of students with learning disabilities? What are the experiences in school of students with learning disabilities regarding multisensory instruction? Have they ever had it? Was it beneficial for them? What specific multisensory techniques are more effective in enhancing literacy skills in students with learning disabilities? And how do teachers perceive the effectiveness of that multisensory instruction in improving literacy skills? So let's talk data. We're going to talk about my data collection and management plan now. So this study uses a mixed method approach, which involves using qualitative and quantitative data. This method really helps to give insight about the study because it gives you data that you might not get if you only use one method. So my qualitative data will be taken through observation and teacher surveys. There will be observations in the classroom every other week to see how students are responding to multisensory instruction and if there needs to be any tweaks to the instruction that is being given to students. Teacher surveys and interviews will be used to see if they believe students are responding to multisensory instruction halfway through the study and at the end of the study. So halfway through, that will be used to make changes to the multisensory instruction if needed. And at the end of the study, obviously, we want the teacher's opinions and how well they thought the multisensory instruction went. My quantitative data will be taken through a pre and post test that will be given to students to test the effectiveness of the multisensory instruction in reading fluency and reading comprehension. So they will be given a pre-test at the beginning of the study to see how well their reading fluency and their reading comprehension is. And then at the end of the study, they will be given that post-test to compare scores and see if they increased or stayed the same or maybe decreased. But obviously, we're hoping for an increase of scores. And then progress monitoring will also take place throughout the intervention on Friday. So every Friday of the intervention phase, there will be progress monitoring just to give a little test about how fluency and comprehension is going. So I plan on having a 17-week long implementation schedule. So weeks 1 and 2 is that literature review and research design, where research will be done on multisensory instruction, and we will gather all of the knowledge that we need to have on multisensory instruction to be able to carry out this study effectively. And then obviously this is where the research study will be designed as well. So week 3 will be that planning phase where staff will be trained on multisensory instruction, data collection techniques will be set up, and the techniques that will be used during multisensory instruction, whether it's with Play-Doh or sand or, just any of those multisensory techniques will be identified and which ones will be used throughout the study. Then week 4 is that pre-assessment. The baseline data will be collected on reading fluency and reading comprehension, and then this just measures their current literacy skills. And then weeks 5 through 13 is the intervention time. So this is when the multisensory instruction will take place, and then this will take place during their ELA time. Progress monitoring will be on Fridays to make sure that progress is being made. This leads us to week 14, which is the post-assessment. So the same assessment that was used in the pre-assessment will be given at this point in the study to measure change in skills. So this will show how effective that multisensory instruction was. So then weeks 15 and 16 is the data analysis stage, and that's where that data, we'll do a deep dive into that data and see how effective multisensory instruction was by comparing the pre and post test and comparing that data that was taken from progress monitoring throughout the study. And then our last and final week, week 17, will be the findings write-up. All of our findings will be written into a report, and the report will include what took place during the study, what was found during the study, things that we would change for next time, and all of that. So let's go move on to our stakeholders. So our stakeholders consist of students, teachers, parents, and guardians in our school administration. So the student's role is to participate in the multisensory instruction and give it their best effort. The teachers are in charge of implementing the multisensory instruction in the classroom, and this should be done with consistency. The teacher will also be in charge of progress monitoring and giving assessments to students. Our parents and guardians are also going to play a huge role in this. They're going to make sure that they get enough sleep. They're going to support their child throughout the study. They will also have to give consent in order for their child to participate in the study. As we know that consent is important and we can't really do anything without consent. So we are going to make sure that the parents and guardians understand what our study is about, the nature of our study, the procedures, and all of that jazz. So the last stakeholder is our school administration, and their role is to provide resources and support to teachers that are implementing the multisensory instruction and participating in this study. They will have to monitor the study as well and the progress that is being made and make sure that the teachers have the resources that they need to be successful. All right, so what are our expected outcomes of this study? So obviously, our students' reading comprehension scores will increase from the beginning of the study to the end of the study after teachers provide multisensory instructions, and we're hoping the same thing with fluency. We hope their fluency scores increase from the beginning of the study to the end of the study. We also hope that students will be engaged with multisensory instruction and enjoy the new instructional strategies being used. And then also we hope that other special education teachers or even general education teachers will want to use the methods that have been talked about in this presentation and bring those things into their classrooms to help increase those literacy skills. So the reflection on how action research will affect my future professional practice is as followed. So obviously, this has a big impact on my teaching career, especially when it comes to implementing multisensory instruction to increase those literacy skills. By engaging in action research, I can investigate and reflect on the effectiveness of various multisensory strategies in the classroom. Through this action research cycle, I can tailor my teaching methods to better meet the needs of my student. So having this, if I feel like I need to dive into like which multisensory instruction, like which ones are better, I can do a study about that and compare using hands-on activities versus using videos if need be. Another way, it empowers me to make data-driven decisions. By using that mixed method approach, it allows me to analyze that qualitative and quantitative data to make more decisions about my students and make more decisions about what I'm teaching them. I can, like I said, I can identify which multisensory techniques are more effective to help my students with their literacy skills. And then lastly, the Action Research Project will also help me foster a culture of improvement and professional development, so I can encourage my students to do their best while meeting their needs, and I can help them understand what they do not understand by using this multisensory approach and teaching it in a new way. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.